define sexual assault as being forced to engage in certain sexual acts that are like engaging them against your will.
Basically saying no. Like if you say no and that person still does something that you don't want them to do, then that's sexual assault. Even if it's kissing. If you say no, that's sexual assault.
When someone forces themselves upon you in a sexual manner and you don't agree with it, or if someone, like even if you start and you agree with it at the beginning and you say that you don't want to do it anymore, you want to stop, and they continue even though you tell them to stop.
You know, nobody can imagine, what it must be like to be in that position. No one. You could only imagine. No one can say what they're going to do when they're confronted with an unwanted sexual experience. Statistics tells us that it's 4 out of 6. That's the generally kind of accepted statistics. So it happens. So I would probably say most rapes are unreported or underreported for a myriad of different reasons. Anywhere from the shame that's associated with it, the fear of being blamed for it, the fear of the person of not being believed, and then we have our whole judicial system that has historically undermined women rape experience. So most rapes go unreported.
17.7 million American women have been victims of attempted rape or completed rape. 15% of sexual assault and rape victims are under the age of 12.
I personally feel safe here because of the choices I make and the way I go about myself. So, yeah, I feel safe personally.
I feel very safe here in New Paltz, but I'm from a not so good area. So this is a lot nicer than there.
In 2009, 4 forcible sex offenses were reported. 2010, it increased by 1 person. But in 2011, the numbers tripled compared to 2009.
A person's response at, even right after a sexual assault can be so very different from one person to the other. A person's response could be as much as the range of the gamut. They could go from being extreme hysteria, crying uncontrollably. They could go from being frozen, so to speak. They become almost catatonic, meaning that they can't move, they can't talk. They totally withdraw. You know. Or they could go on and behave like business as usual and say, I'm fine, I'm perfectly fine, and they want to go about, they kind of will have that, I just want to forget this experience, I want to go on with my life. The best thing that you can do as a friend, as a person, when a person comes to tell you that they are raped, is to just be a good listener. Don't act hysterical. Don't go into, oh my God, I can't believe this. Oh my, don't break down into hysteria, because that just creates more anxiety for the person. They really need you to be stable. They need you to be solid. They need you to be a good listener.
What to do if this happens to you? Get to a safe place and call the police, a friend, family member, or crime victim. Do not clean yourself or the surrounding area because this can destroy evidence. Consider visiting a hospital to address any internal or external injuries. Consider talking to a certified counselor. For more information or help, you can go to these websites or visit our ACES Counseling Center located right on campus.